What'd you call it? The whatever landing pages. Merlin. Hi, I'm Keishla with LAER Partners, and I am the Director of Marketing and Events, and today we're going to go over Landing Pages 101. So with LAER Partners, we have our Boston Logic websites, and we can easily create a million different landing pages for whatever exactly that you need. So if you need to get buyers, you need to get sellers, you need to capture them on free CMAs, or any freebies that you want, we can do them all through the Boston Logic website that all LAER lines have access to. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about, landing pages and why they're so important. How do you think Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, and all those get their leads? They have landing pages. They have advertising landing pages that capture all of their information, and we have access to creating those through our personal websites. So I just wanted to show you guys a few different landing pages that we have to compare. So let me find some here. So here's a website that's basic. It asks people, sellers, what their home is worth. It's specific to their town, so it says San Francisco. Area home is worth whatever. All they have to do is put their address in and their email, and it starts asking them questions about their property, and people want to know what the value of their home is, so they continue to enter their information, which is great for us, because then we get to call them and get that potential lead. So landing pages are great, and they're pretty easy. Once you get the hang of it, we can change the photos, we can change the content, the questions that are asked, depending on the situation. So for buyers here, it says you can find 1 million homes in the area. Send us your information, what town you're looking for, and we'll get you set up to get free listings in the neighborhood. So I just want to show you guys here. This is my personal website, and then we have the LAER branded one for the whole entire company. So this is our corporate website here, and this is basically a landing page. You would search by town if I entered a town, and then all the other information here. And as soon as I do that, it will take me to another page and ask me for my information. So my phone number, my email, name, information, stuff like that. So that's exactly what you want. You want to give them something free and then capture them and get more information from them to see how you may be able to help them as a lead. So this is our Boston Logic. As soon as we log in here, this is how you would do it in order to create your own landing page. I'm going to use Stacy's. And let's see. This is the back end of the Boston Logic website. So this is where all your leads would come in, your recently updated closings or listings, the tasks that you would have to do in order to keep up with your clients or leads like that. And it shows you all of the leads that are coming in through our website. So this is a great back end. Yours is going to be a little personal to your sphere and what's going on in your website and how much is being used. But this is a great platform here. So on the top section up here is where you can customize your website. So this is all your CRM stuff, and then this is how you customize what the consumer actually sees. So the first things that we're going to do is, under content, we're going to go straight down to dynamic forms. So the dynamic form is basically the questions that are going to be on the website. So these are the ones that are most important, and you do that first. So as you can see, there's a bunch of them here. Staging, community, careers, flag down. We had an event that we wanted people to sign up for. The connection stopped here on the thing. Free CMA, off the market, free copy for the new book that we have. the home buying process, investing. You know, there's a bunch of different ways that we can get landing pages and create them that way. So if there's short sales, if you know an area in the neighborhood or a homeowner has short sale issues, you can create a short sale section. We have our own in-house short sale team, so that can be an advantage for you guys when you're actually going forward and trying to get clients. You know, tell them you have this amazing team, you cover everything, you have home inspections, you have short sales, you have the lenders, you have everything all in one place, so that way you are the go-to person that they would need you for in order to get anything done in the real estate world. So first things first, you create a new form right on top, and this is what it will look like, okay? So that's all of the information that you would need, and you would say, it might be, I'm not sure what page it is, but let me try to reconnect the screen here. Okay, so here's the form, what it would look like, the back end. This is where you decide what the questions are going to be. So I'm going to say this form, and this is not the name that they're going to see. This is just for your records to know what it's called. So what I would do is the buyer, home buyer form, okay? So then this is there's going to be a button at the bottom. Once they fill out all the information, you can write submit, you can write, whatever, click here, whatever you want it to say. You can change the color of the number here. You can choose. If I click on it, I don't want to click it, but you could change any color of the submit button to change it. You can add an email, so someone fills out the information in the form, and their information automatically gets emailed to you. If it's your personal website, it automatically goes to you. But if you're on a team and you have a team website and you want certain landing pages to go to certain people, so say you have a listing agent or a buyer's agent and you want those leads to go to different people, then you would add different emails in that section. And then, notify the agent as that was assigned. So I will put my information here. So this is the corporate website, and I'm going to put my email here, so that way I get the information once somebody logs in. You can add them to a marketing campaign if you like, but we're not going to do that now because I did not set it up yet. But so if they were buyers, we have a marketing campaign within our website that we can have them get signed up on automatically. So say it was a buyer, I would put them on the buy-in campaign, and they would get access to my website as well as get emails automatically after the fact. So it's a good thing to set up. And then you can assign the leads to whoever it is. And then here's very important. So it says add captcha to form. I don't do that. Is it lead capture? Yes, but I want them to see it without being able to having to log in first. I want them to see it first. So make sure that I click active, display to logged in users. This is people that already have access to my website, and they could also see my extra page of the landing page. And I also make sure that they get a send email confirmation. So once they submit all their information, they get a thank you from me saying thank you for submitting your information. We've received your contact information, and we will be in touch soon. And then I scroll back up here, and this is the form confirmation. So I say, can't type today. Thank you for submitting.
So even if you haven't had a chance to look at your emails, you'll have the reply from
they'll automatically get something. So how many times have you submitted and you didn't get anything, and you're like, did that work? So I usually, as soon as I submit something, I get an email. I'm like, okay, it worked. They have it. I'm good. Thank you for submitting your information.
If you press that field.
Yeah. So they will know that it went through, even if you haven't looked at it, or maybe you are busy somewhere.
Yeah.
It's communicated with them already.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's great.
And then at the bottom, you can give them instructions, you know, please fill out the information, stuff like that. But I usually leave it blank. It's usually self-explanatory. I keep it as simple as possible, just so it's easy and user-friendly. So this is the most important part. This is where you choose what the questions that are being asked on your landing page. So I use text field. So if I click on that, this button will pop up, this box will pop up, and the first thing I usually do is name. And I make sure that it's required. You click on the required section here, and that's all set, ready to go. You click on the next text field and do last name. I mean, this is all customizable. You could do as whatever you want, as easy as you want. If you just want the first name, that's fine. If not, you know, last name required, that's good as well. Then we continue to go down, add another text field. Oh, it didn't work here. And you choose, so the next thing I usually do is, if it's a buyer's information, I say city you're looking for. And then I usually add a zip code, so they have to write, you know, Drake it and then the zip code or whatever zip code that they're doing. And I make that as a required section, so they cannot submit without the zip code.
Nice.
Yeah. And then I get their email, which is important, because that's how we will be sending them the listings. And that is required. And at the bottom here, it says email. So if you click on that, it will know that it needs to be an email in order for it to work. You go back up again, click text field again, and then you add a phone number. Sometimes I make this optional depending on the situation, or, you know, require it, but sometimes they don't want to be called, so I just leave it not required, and I make sure that I click phone number at the bottom, and that will make sure that they ask for a phone number. It's optional.
Sometimes
they don't need to.
There are things that you put there they don't want to continue on to fill again, right?
Yeah, you want to keep it simple. So I'm already asking their name, last name, phone number, what town they're looking in. If I keep asking too many questions, they're not going to want to do it. And I don't want to do it, you know? I log out. So I realize I watch exactly what I do when I'm signing up for things, and if you ask for too much information, I'm not gonna keep going. So I'm like, oh, waste of time. So this is
Me too.
yeah. Everyone does it. That's exactly how it goes. So and I want to make sure that it's in this right order, so you can move them up or down. So I'm gonna put what town are you looking in? I'll correct that here. And I'll move it to the bottom, so it's the last question. And then I get all the information first. Okay, so field, first name, last name.
So you do all the fields.
Okay. Now let me see if I made sure I did everything up here. Okay, you're good. So create, the top right, and this is what it looks like. This is the basic preview view, and then the submit button, see how it's gray down here. You can change the color, you can change what it says, whatever it is, you can change all of this information. So now that we've done the dynamic form, you would go back to content, and under pages, you click on the pages and go to create landing page. So this is your landing page site here. This is what they're going to see. So you want to make this page as pretty as possible, eye-catching, and especially if you're using it on marketing for social media, you want the background to look really nice before you move forward. So I'm going to name it. So say first time home buyer. This is going to be the URL, so I'm just going to write buyer. And then the page header, I usually don't put a page header because the photo behind it's going to be there, so I just leave it blank. You can add a photo, which I wasn't prepared. I should have a photo here, but I'll show you what others look like.
And that will be your picture or
no,
property
so
picture.
the background, yeah. So whatever you want the background to look like. It could be like a really nice photo of a house. If it's a book that you want to sell, so Stacy has one on her, new book here. So we would put the photo of the book, or we also use it to, hire new clients, new agents, just stuff that's going to catch people's attention on the background. And then in the front, it's going to have, a little section of what is talking about, what we're talking about, and then the form, the dynamic form that we have. So I'll do that. So this is the section where you find the form that you just created. So mine was called buyer, I believe. A buyer. Was it that one?
Yep.
I think that was something else that I did.
Just home buyer.
Home buyer, here it is. Okay, so home buyer. You can change the background color if you don't have a background photo. You can either make the photo scroll as you're scrolling like this, it will move with you, or you can have it stay fixed behind it so the photo stays and then the dynamic form moves with yourself when you're scrolling down. Here is where you would speak about what your content is. So, we have a bunch here that I could show you, but this is something that I'd say, if they're a first-time home buyer, and this is the first page that they're going to see, say something like, we at LAER Realty, this is going to be your personal thing that you say, we at LAER Realty take great pride in helping our buyer clients find their dream home. If you click here, we will start sending you homes that you can take a look at, and if you have anything that you would like to see, please reach out and we're happy to help. Something along the lines of that. And or something catchy, if it's all whatever you want it to look like and whatever you want it to say. So it could be all of your own. So I'm going to sit here, and then you don't really have to do much at the bottom. That's extra stuff that you don't have to worry about. This is easy and basic here. So I'm going to save that, create, and I'm just going to show you what it looks like with the basic. So let me go back here, let me preview it. So this is what it would look like without the photo. Here's the content that you would need to write about what was, what you were talking about, and those are the questions that we just created. So I'm going to show you what we have. We have get your free home value report. So if I had found a photo, it would look like this. They wrote, home values are an all-time high. Find out what your home is worth in today's hot market. Blah blah blah. More than 10,000 families served since 2014. And you can use these statistics. This is technically your brokerage, and we as a whole have helped that many families. So take full advantage of all of these. All of your 400 agents, all of the statistics that we use, especially for newer agents that, you don't technically have anything under your belt yet, this is a great point to start. You don't want to look too fresh and too new, and that kind of, eases people say, I have a great brokerage behind me. And yeah, so if you are licensed in New Hampshire, if you're not, you can still refer people to other agents as well. Easier way to get it done, if not just say, well, I don't handle that. You always say, I'm not licensed, but I have a team member that is licensed, and you can get a referral fee from it. So it's just different ways that makes you think, not to lose a client as well. And this form here is a lot longer than mine. So free home valuation, first name, last name, property, street address. So in order to do a free CMA, you need more information from the seller. So, property, address, city, state, zip code, email, phone number, and when are they looking to move? So that is a good question. And the phone number, again, you see how it doesn't have the star here, the red star? It means that it's not mandatory. So they're not obligated to do it. People are more inclined to just give you an email because it's not human-to-human contact. Again, they're afraid of that. So definitely don't make it mandatory. So that's one of them. Then we have another agent here that is she's a staging professional as part of her real estate thing. So we created a landing page for her that showcases her book. And we did first name, last name, street address, same things. How soon are you looking to sell? And just thinking about it right now is one of the options. Some people really like that option because they're just looking around and it's not really a real set time. A little bit about the book, phone number, email, and she did make it mandatory. And she did change her submit button. Get your free book today.
Okay.
So I swear everything is about words and visualizing. And if you trigger something like, oh, I want to get my free book, instead of just submit, people are more likely to do that. So that is one other page here. And here is another event that we were doing, Home Buying 101. We were doing buying process. So see how it scrolls and the picture stays behind it?
Yeah.
So you can change that. Yeah. We were doing a home buyer seminar. I should have probably changed the writing to white so you can see it better, but I could easily change that now. So home buyer 101 seminar, first name, last name, email, phone number, and I did put an asterisk here to make sure it was required, and I put the date that we were having our seminar. So the seminar was on September 12th at 6 p.m. So we made sure that that was the date that was there, so they knew what date it was, and we know what date it was, because we would do it every month, and we didn't want to make sure that they didn't go to another one. But, and I think one more here. And this was the investing seminar that we have. So this one moves, the photo moves with us. And same thing. First name, last name, email, phone number, and then the date. So you can change all of these information. Every tab here is changeable. You can do whatever you like. Anything here, there's so many ways that you can go about it. It's just easy. And all you gotta do once you start marketing is just take the URL, copy it, and use it on, Facebook and, just landing pages. We have a ton of other landing pages that are provided to us as well, but they're all, already pre-made and we can't really customize them. These are customizable to you guys. It's directly linked to your website. There's not another portal that you have to go to. There's not another program that you gotta buy. It's all set and done for you. And we always have classes on them. We always have agents and staff that are willing to help create them with you. So if you did need it, we're here to help as well. So that is the 101 thing for creating a landing page.